Have you heard about the Judge Rotenberg Center, the school that tortures children?
No. What are you talking about?
The Judge Rotenberg Center. It is a school that uses aversives to control the behavior of the children.
What are aversives?
In psychology, aversives are unpleasant stimuli that induce changes in behavior through punishment.
But what do you mean by unpleasant stimuli?
In the case of the Judge Rotenberg Center, they use electric shock and restraint in order to control the behavior of the students.
But what do you mean by electric shock? Do you mean they use a buzzer of some sort to alert the children when it is mealtime? That is behavioral therapy. I studied it. It works.
No, that is not what I am talking about. They use painful electric shocks on the children to control their behavior.
Like an electric fence shock? That really stings. I touched an electric fence once.
No, it is much worse than that. They use a shock that is comparable to that which is administered by a taser gun. A standard-issue police taser gun has a maximum output of 2,000 watts. The Judge Rotenberg Center administers shocks up to 2,706 watts.
Wow, weird. What a strange premise. What is the name of that book and in what era is it set? Is it a futuristic novel?
It is not fiction. It is true.
Did this happen in the olden days? In the days of Charles Dickens? Was there electricity back then? I did not think there was.
No, this is happening today, in Canton, Massachusetts at the Judge Rotenberg Center. Students wear fanny packs with the electric device in it that is attached to their arms, legs, and torso.
How is that possible? The students must be incredibly violent and out of control. I am sure they have a very good reason for doing something that is so extreme.
A student can be shocked for something as minor as getting out of her seat without raising her hand or for not taking off his coat.
You are lying.
I am not lying.
I do not believe you. This sort of thing does not happen in this day and age, and certainly not in the United States of America.
Well, it happened to Andre McCollins, a student at the JRC who was shocked 31 times in one day.
Like I said, he must have done something horribly dangerous.
No, it was for not doing something.
Was he holding a gun and refused to put it down?
No.
Was he strangling one of his teachers and would not let go?
No.
He must have been doing something too terrible to mention.
No, he was not. What he refused to do was to take off his jacket in class. That is why he received the first of 31 shocks administered to him that day at the Judge Rotenberg Center.
I do not believe you.
It is true.
It sounds like an urban legend or some kind of crackpot story you might read on Facebook.
It is not.
Well, if it is really that bad, why doesn't the government close it down?
Did you notice the name of the place? It is called the Judge Rotenberg Center. Judge Rotenberg Center. Judge. It is named after Judge Rotenberg.
But what did you mean when you said they torture children? Aren't they doing this for the children's own good?
No. United Nations experts have declared it to be torture. And in fact, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration just sent a third warning letter to the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center saying the devices it uses to shock students with autism and severe behavioral disabilities are in violation of FDA regulations.
So, why are they still using the electrical devices on the children?
This past June 28th, the Massachusetts Joint Conference Committee, which is made up of 3 senators and 3 representatives, announced that they chose not to pass Amendment 548, which would have led to a complete ban on shocks and other aversives used at the JRC.
But it is not the committee's fault. They probably don't know how severe the shocks are.
Occupied JRC and others requested that members of the committee consider receiving a shock before voting to continue this practice. Not one committee member was willing to receive a single shock that they were declaring to be acceptable aversive treatment for children.
But why do the parents accept such things?
Overall, the parents allow it because the children are lured in by garish colors and design featuring a Wizard of Oz theme, stock full of animatronics, a real live yellow brick road and a non-stop loop of the Wizard of Oz film, projected on the wall of their Yellow Brick Road Reward Center. The multi-million-dollar facility appears to be a child's dream come true. It is enthralling.
But like I said, it is up to the parents to choose what is best for their child. The parents approve the treatment, don't they?
Andre McCollin's mother had no idea what was happening behind those walls. When she finally saw the footage of her son strapped face down on a board, screaming in agony and asking for help, she was horrified.
What do you mean, finally?
I mean that the tape was confiscated and hidden away for many years. Andre's nightmare occurred in 2002. Now, 10 years later, the video footage has come to light.
I bet it is fake footage.
See for yourself. Simply search Occupied JRC and you can see many articles as well as a local Fox News report. But it is very disturbing. Be forewarned.
I am sure these students are probably all very dangerous, and this is the last recourse for them.
No.
What do you mean, no?
The JRC accepts students as young as 3 years old. It accepts children who have been diagnosed with autism as well as children with learning and, yes, behavioral challenges. That does not justify torture.
Okay, but it sort of has nothing to do with me. It really isn't any of my business.
Actually, it does involve you. The cost of attending the JRC is well over $200,000 per student per year, most of which is covered by taxpayer dollars.
Wow, I did not know that. Well, what can I do?
You can share this discussion we are having, or you can share the petition by former JRC employee, Greg Miller, or sign the petition created by Andre McCollin's mother, Cheryl. You can find them all on the Occupied JRC website. Or, attend the January 9th regulatory agency meeting at the FDA headquarters in Silver Spring, Maryland, where they will discuss an appropriate transition period to discontinue use of the out-of-compliance shock devices. Or call your representative and let them know how you feel.
Thank you, I will do that. Maybe I will see you on January 9th at the hearing.
That would be great. Goodbye.
Goodbye.